Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, Cappies? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. We've got one deck we're going to be using this week, and we're going to hit it up with tarot after that. This is for the week ahead. If you've never been here before, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, this reading is always going to be for the week ahead whenever you get it. Thank you for coming back here, Caps. If you are my ride or die, and if you are brand new, I hope you'll stay. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended. And then we are going to talk about private reads if you're interested in that. Let's find out what's going on in the week ahead for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sorry everything's so late. It's been storming here and our power's been off and on, off and on. I think Mercury retrograde has just given me one last kick in the ass on the way out the door. We're still in the shadow phase, so. All right, so we have serendipity, we have flexible, and we have to be fair. Ooh, bottom of the deck is TikTok. Look at that. So what it feels like here, look, we have card 18 and 19. So look, it goes from night to day. There's something here that is going to be changing for you, Capricorn, and I think it's something fun or good or something you would call good luck, because serendipity is here. It's like a happy accident. You're not expecting it. Card number 18 is the moon. You're not expecting it, but there's something here that's going to show up that is exciting or fun or something that you would consider to be lucky, I would say. I don't necessarily subscribe to luck, but feels like something's coming into alignment. How about we say that? Something, we've got a 4-leaf clover here, right? And I feel like it's something that is going to make you happy. Now, I'm going to say stay flexible. I know that can be a little hard when you're an earth sign, especially. I'm an earth sign as well. You're my earth cousin. But we do have card number 19, and the sun's going to be out. So I'm going to say that whatever is happening here, that there is something that you don't expect is going to take you by surprise. And it feels like you need to be flexible with whatever is going to change here. It looks like there's something brand new that's about to be born here, or hatched, it looks like. And it is something I think you'll be feeling harmonious about. It feels like you'll be feeling restored. You'll be feeling like things are finally going my way, to be fair, right? And we do have card number 38, which is an 11, and that is the number of Libra. So it does feel like that there is maybe Leo energy here, Pisces and Cancer, and then we have Libra energy here. Bottom of the deck, we have TikTok. Bottom of the deck is the future energy for me. Card number 3. So something is coming to you in divine timing, and I feel like you're going to find out about that next week. But let's grab a deck here, and let's find out what's going on this week for you. Tell me about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. Capricorn, you're going to hear a bunch of rolling thunder in the background. It's raining like crazy. If you remember, I put up a video in the membership area, so you can see the storm. It's pretty wild. I went up there and stood in the rain. It's beautiful. All right, well, pluophile. I love that stuff. The smell of the rain, the sounds. Oh, there we go. I hope you can hear it. All right, let's find out what's going on here. Power's been going off and on. That's why I'm so late. Okay, so tell me about serendipity, flexible, and to be fair for Capricorn, please. All right, we've got some big movement coming up in the week ahead here. So we've got the 4 of Wands. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here and Judgment. The new cycle is here because on the 22nd we have the new moon, and we're already in the new moon energy. I think that the new moon is in Virgo. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. It's I think it's a new moon in Virgo, and yeah. So it looks like it is a new cycle that's opening up for you. It's time to clear out the old and bring in the new, and that's exactly what this says here. The Wheel of Fortune is card number 10, and that it breaks down to a 1. That's telling us that there is a new cycle happening in divine timing, and it feels like you're going to be sort of reborn in this energy of some sort of new cycle. Now, For some of you and not all of you, I am getting the energy over here at the end of the week next week, closer to the weekend, that somebody might be coming back round. Look, we're still in although Mercury has gone direct, it's now just starting to speed up again in the atmosphere. So we are still feeling a little bit of those effects, but it's only about for another week or so. I feel like there could be something that you're repeating, or something that might be coming back again, but it does feel like a restoration or a rebuilding, or somebody is being reborn into some sort of new cycle. And I think that if it's a new cycle for you, it does feel like it is something where it's going to even the playing field, or going to restore your faith, it feels like, because the Wheel of Fortune is here and something is happening in divine timing. I kind of love that. So be flexible, because change might not be your friend. The C word might not be your friend. If you're an earth sign, I mean, you are a sign that has the ability to be flexible, right? I mean, every sign does, but it feels like there is something that is a new cycle that is opening up that you need to be flexible with here. And we do have card number 19. You don't see this coming. You don't see this great change. You don't see that. Maybe you feel it, but maybe you don't see it because it's taken such a very long time. This is all the fixed energies, right? Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. We have Virgo and Pisces here, and then we have some Aries energy here. Let's take a look at serendipity, because I think that you're going through a shift of energy that is shifting you into some sort of stability or happiness or celebration mode within your home, within your family, or within some sort of a soulmate connection here. We've got the Strength card. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. And we've got the 3 of Pentacles. So it does feel like there is some sort of a stable foundation that you have built or are building here. It feels like you built it by yourself, though. And I feel like it's in the week ahead where you begin to see the fruits of your labor. There's a serendipitous thing that's happening here because you've done all this work. I feel like you've done the work to build the foundation. It feels like it could be happening within a group of people as well for some of you. It could be in your community that you're part of. It could be in your network that you're part of. It could be in the workplace. We've got a lot of pentacles here. It feels like something here, this serendipitous thing, this happy accident, when it does show up, it's going to make you feel very stable. For some of you, it could be a financial thing. It could be that you didn't have to make the last payment on that car, or it feels like something that is done in your favor because to be fair is here. It feels like something is coming back in order or coming back into balance. It could be your finances, it could be your workplace, but it does feel like you're feeling super confident about what you've built, or you possibly have built a good reputation with somebody in the Pentacle world. Could be this group of people here. I do see the 3 of Pentacles as also being like a network of people. And we have the Strength card here. You had the courage to do it yourself. You didn't ask for help. You didn't need the help. And I feel, and that's to be so Capricorn of you. Get out of the way, I'll do it myself. And I feel like you have built some sort of a foundation. And I think that in the week ahead, you are going to be, you're going to be seeing the fruits of your labor. But I think it's going to be surprising. I don't think that you're expecting it. So be flexible because something's about to change here, because things have been the same way for a really, really long time. We've got all the fixed energies here, and the fixed energies move very slowly because they don't want to make a mistake, and they don't want to have to do it a second time. When they're ready to change their mind, they can be flexible of the mind and change their mind, but it has to be their idea. Or it has to come at them slower. They have to make the change slow. So possibly you've been making slow changes in your life. You need to be flexible midweek because something is showing up here that I feel is going to change your environment. And let's see what that is. We've got the 6 of Swords. It might change your mind. It might change your mind or how you're seeing something. It feels like something that used to feel chaotic. It's changing the environment, the situation, or your mind and taking you to a calmer thought pattern or taking you to calmer waters here. We've got the 10 of Swords. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So I want to say be flexible in your Pentacle world. It does feel like it is something that I think that you're already thinking about, to be honest, because of all these swords that are here. It almost feels like you think something's going to go wrong. Card number 19 in the sun here shows me that something has been growing, and it is going to be very happy once you do see it. It's like you planted a seed a long time ago. I'm just looking at this beautiful card, and it shows a fox sort of staring into the past here. And so it looks like it's a seed that possibly you planted long ago at the end of the last cycle. And I feel like you're going to see the fruits of your labor. We do have the Nine of Pentacles here, so very well you could be seeing like something long term. So it's taken a long time for this thing to show up, or a long time for it to come through the ground, to see that little bud in the earth. Because I feel like you began again after something ended, Capricorn. So it might have been a relationship, or it could be a way of thinking, but it was a painful thing that you had to let go of. And I feel like you're still feeling the residual energies of that pain or betrayal that you went through. But I honestly feel like you're ready to release it, because the 10 Swords is here. And although the 10 of Swords is pain, it can be sadness and all the hardships that come along with ending that hard cycle of overthinking. I feel like in this case, you're changing your mind. You're changing your mind about something. And so now you're looking into the past like, oh yeah, I planted that pentacles back there somewhere. And now it feels like you're ready to, it feels like you had a plan. Of course, Capricorn, it wouldn't be unlike you to have a plan. It's like you had a plan. You were doing this for your future self. And I think you're now in the future, and I think you're going to get some sort of a serendipitous moment here, where you're going to have to be flexible in your pentacle world, because it feels like something's about to change. But I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing. Let's talk about judgment here. Tell me about judgment. We've got judgment and to be fair. So we've got card number 38, which is an 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Things coming into balance here. We've got the 7 of Wands. We've got the Page of Cups. And we've got the 5 of Swords. You know, this is sort of giving me the energy of, I feel like you're dealing with the old and the new in the week ahead. It feels like with the 7 of Wands, you might be dealing with somebody that is going to try and come back around, but I think you've blocked them. So you could have blocked them on social media, or blocked them out of your life, or said, don't give that person my number, said to your friends, don't let them know where I live. It feels like you've blocked their energy in some way. And it feels like this person or situation, it could be a situation or something, is going to try and repeat itself. But I feel like it's like a pattern. And I think that this time when it shows up again, you're going to see the pattern before you get too tangled up in it. I think that is the old, I'm going to say. It could be, for some of you, it could be a Leo you were dealing with back there, or a fire energy, maybe a Virgo or a Pisces. But we do have the Page of Cups. It feels to me like something brand new is coming here. So I feel like it's, for me as a tarot reader, whenever I see twos, it's always about in life, because I think in tarot by now, right? I've been reading tarot for so long, I think in tarot. So it feels like, when we're on the precipice of change, or going through some sort of divine change that's going on here, that we're always going to be led to two paths. So we're going to be given a choice. Do you need to learn that lesson again in order for your spirit to be able to grow? Or have you learned it, then you can carry on forward? So I think there's going to be, not a test, I don't think it's a test, but I feel like it's going to be something that is going to have you up in your head here with the 5 of Swords. It feels like there is something that you need to make sense of, you need to balance or need to restore in order to be able to carry on in a new cycle, in a happy cycle. But I think that this Page of Cups is here saying good news is on the way. But I feel like you're going to have to turn away something, someone, a situation or a job or something that you would maybe had planted a seed back there and were hoping at some point that it would grow to be something. But I think that when it shows up, you're going to send it back to where it came from, return to sender. But the 5 of Swords is telling me it's not going to be the easiest thing you ever did. You are going to overthink it for sure. So it feels like this thing is showing up in divine timing for you, because it's time for you to make that decision to move forward. We're going to put some cards down for TikTok and find out what's happening in divine timing. Tell me about this. It feels like it's time. It's time for something to happen here. we've got imagine. So it does feel like it's manifestation related here. Somebody may have broken up with you. Maybe you had maybe you had it out with somebody in the family. Possibly it could be a friend, but you've been disconnected from somebody for a while. And it does feel like with this imagine energy, card number 20, again, judgment is card number 20, something you've been imagining. It's almost like in your mind's eye, you're like, if that person ever showed up again, this is what I would do this time, because you've noticed your pattern. And so you're about to be reborn because you've noticed your pattern. Let's talk about TikTok. We've got the King of Swords. You're about to say it. King of Swords, the Moon energy, and the Devil energy. So you don't know that it's showing up. We've got card number 18 here. I think this is the serendipitous moment for you. I feel like this is something that's showing up that you don't expect. It's a happy accident. You bump into somebody, and that person immediately tries to pull you back into the same cycle, and you stand up as the King of Swords and say, nope, I know what you're trying to do, because I recognize it when it shows up. I feel like there's somebody here who's still attached to you, possibly, and you don't know that you're going to bump into them. But I think you've been thinking, you've been imagining, what would happen if I bumped into them? What would I say? What would I do? I feel like that you don't know that that is showing up, but it is somebody who's still very attached to you. It feels like they almost give you a little bit of fear, like they give you a little bit of, oh gosh, I didn't realize how, like, why was I into that back there? Like, that's what it feels like. Look, we're going to put down 3 cards here to go into the extended. If you want to be in the extended with us, please look in the pinned comment. It's right above all the comments below the video. There's a link there if you'd like to buy this, purchase this extended, if you're interested in seeing that, if you just want to purchase one. But you can go to the membership area where all of the extendeds are. And if you're interested in a private read, please know that I am doing pre-recorded and live reads. So please go take a look at my schedule. You will get a discount for the live reads simply for just booking in advance. And the biggest way to get the sales is to go look and see what the sales are, between 5 and 75% off, depending on what your needs are. I am still doing pre-recorded videos, and so if you need that, please take the link to Hypsee. Go see my pricing. Let's find out what's going on here. I'm going to talk about this in the extended. We've got the Hanged Man in reverse, y'all. It's sort of an aha moment time here. We've got the Lovers in reverse, and we've got the King of Cups. So that's very curious, isn't it? It feels like somebody is showing up here that you no longer have interest in being connected to. And we're going to go into the extended, and we're going to talk about that, because you've come to this place of realization that the Lovers in the reverse, this was not a place that you want to revisit, I don't think. And we do have the King of Cups here. It could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. It doesn't have to, but I feel you definitely in a bond with them. We've got 2 cups on this card here. So bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Wands. Nope, sorry, 10 of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands, and we have the 4 of Pentacles, and we've got the 2 of Coins. This is something that is going to be a very delicate balance, and I think that might be why the King of Swords is showing up, because you need all the facts. You need to get it straight. You need to be honest and truthful, and we're just not going back into the cycle. So because something new is showing up, and we're going to talk about that. Something or someone new, something that is of good report here. So we do have the 3 of Coins on one side and 1 coin here. It's the 4 of Coins. I feel like you're closed off to something, but because you have this Ace of Coins here, I was talking about this little fox, because you've already planted a seed back there and you're waiting for that to come through. I feel like you're going to see something from it. It feels like there is something like big and bold, and I'm just going to go after that thing. And it feels like it's after you drop some sort of burden, which I think is here. So look, we're going to go into the extended. If you want to be there, please take a look at the pinned comment. And I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back, because I'm always back. Look, we're going to clarify all of this. We're going to talk about what's coming in divine timing and what's going on here. We still got stuff to talk about here. What is the serendipitous moment? Tell me about the flexibility that needs to go on here while the change is taking place, and what is becoming restored, and who is the Page of Cups. Let's find out what's going on in the extended. I'm going to go, but I'll be back, because I'm always back. You take care of yourself, Cap, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.